Hey guys, welcome back. This is Nelson with the E-RYDERS channel. Today we're going to be unboxing the Pegasus by one of my top 5 favorite bike companies, Snapcycle. Let's check it out. Alright, so when you get your Snapcycle box, it'll look something like this. It'll have an image of a TV up front, but it's not a TV. It's just to ward off any would-be thieves. Inside the box, you see your bike. It's all wrapped in bubble wrap and styrofoam and cable ties. Now, we've gotten a few bikes from Snapcycle, so first shout out to Snapcycle for sending us the Pegasus for testing and review. But we've done a few Snapcycle bikes, and they've always come in pretty good condition when they've shipped out to us. All right. Inside the box, you have an accessories box and toolbox. And with the first items on top is a charger for the bike. And this is a 3.0 charger. It is a fast rapid charger, so you can charge your bike up in like 4 or 5 hours versus 7 or 8. That is a bottle holder. You got your pedals. And you have your headlamp. You also have the instruction manual for the Pegasus. Down below is a extra gift. Not a lot of bike companies will include a front basket, but Snapcycle is including a front basket with the Pegasus. So that's cool. So you get the rear rack, fenders, and a front basket. Alright, well that's what the bike looks like when it's out of the box. We're going to go ahead and start cutting off the cable ties. Alright, first thing to do is to take off the 4 screws holding the handlebar bracket on. Take off the bracket. And then line up your handlebars. And then put the bracket back on and put the 4 screws back in. Don't forget to cross thread them. Alright, we're going to put the front wheel on, but we put the bike upside down. You can use the tool or any other tool, but we're using the tool that they supplied to get rid of the spacer in between. They put that there to prevent it from bending in shipping. You don't want bent forks, that's for sure. So go ahead and put the front skewer in through the front axle of the wheel. Remember, the small end of the spring is inward and the big end outward. Just like that. And put the little screw on the top there. Just line up the disc rotor and also the ends of the skewer, so it just lines up perfectly right into the forks. And just give a little bit of tension on the skewer until you can clamp it shut, just like that. All right, now for the pedals. This is the right side pedal, so it's clockwise. Don't forget to tighten it up. And the left side is counterclockwise when you're screwing it in. And then we just tighten that up. Again, they got the tool for you to use. Now for the headlight and the fender, they use the same single screw through the bridge of the suspension forks, and then use the tool that they provided to hold the nut down on one side, and then use an Allen wrench to screw it in and tighten everything up. And you'll be able to tighten the headlight and the fender, and then don't forget the fender stays on each side. Alright, time to plug in the headlamp. Don't forget to line up the arrows, push straight in, no twisting. And same thing for the other device. And here is the rear tail light. Now this is battery operated. You just open it up just like that. Pull out the insert so the batteries have good contact. And then put the cover right back on. But that is the button for the light. So we know it's working. We'll put the cover back on. Now we're going to test the button again, make sure everything's working. It's working perfectly. Alright, and then the light goes right on the back. You put the screws right through the slots there, and you put the nuts on each side, tighten those up, and then it'll look just like that when it's all tightened up. Don't forget to put air in the tire, of course. I think max is like 30 psi. Alright, now you also have a bottle holder. You just take the two screws out, put the bottle holder on, put the screws back in. Now for the basket, same easy thing. 4 screws, take them out, and put the screws back in the holes while the front basket is attached, and then just tighten everything up. Alright, well that's what it looks like all put together. But we're not quite done yet. We also want to align the handlebars and make sure everything's nice and tight and lined up perfectly before we ride. Let's check out the components. Alright, so looking at the Snapcycle Pegasus, you can see the battery in the back. It does have a 48 volt 15 amp battery, good for about 45 miles of range. Now it is a pop out battery, so it's a lift up. You got to lift the seat up and down with that lever right there. And then when the seat is up, you can just lift the battery straight out. And moving on down, you got the crank and the pedals right there. You got the nice Pegasus logo on the side there in the back. And then you got the Shimano Tourney derailleur. And you also have a 750 watt with a 1056 peak motor with 85 newton meters of torque. You got plastic fenders. You got a rear tail light. As you saw that, it's battery operated on a nice beefy rear rack. Moving up to the saddle, you have a suspension seat post. It is also a quick release. So you're getting suspension in the back and also the front. Real nice wide step through gap in the frame. I love that. With the bottle holder up high. You have the adjustable stem. You have an electric horn. You have your controls for the display, up, down. You have the hydraulic brake lever. You have the display, nice big display, horizontal. You have your 7-speed thumb shifter. Also, you might be wondering, what is that button next to the half twist throttle? Well, that is a throttle cutoff switch. So if you're, nervous about twisting the throttle when you're not expecting it, you can actually turn the throttle off by hitting that button, and then you won't accidentally hit the throttle. Now here you have the 2-piston hydraulic calipers along with 180 millimeter disc rotors. You have the front basket, and you also have the cutoff and preload switches on your front suspension. You have your headlamp. Now this bike is also sitting on 26x4 fat tires. Alright, well that is the Snapcycle Pegasus. So now, next thing to do is to take the Snapcycle Pegasus out for a ride and see how it handles. Well, we had the Snapcycle Pegasus up to about 25 miles per hour. That's on pedal assist. Now on throttle, it only did about 20. And again, that's pretty similar to most e-bikes because they have regulations on how fast the throttles can go. So 20 miles an hour on throttle, 25 in pedal assist. Now it has a 22 amp controller. Now what we wanted to do was to take this bike off-road, test the suspension, the front and rear. As you can see, the rear suspension is in the seat post, as you saw earlier. Now the seat post, we have a little bit of complaints on it because that suspension seat post adds about 4 or 5 extra inches in height. So if you're a shorter rider, this might not be the bike for you because it's going to be harder to get on the seat. Other than that, if you're about 5'8" or more, this is going to be fine to probably get on the bike. Also, the bike does weigh about 80 pounds, which is a few pounds more than the average e-bike. And it also has a payload capacity of 330 pounds. So if you're a big rider, or if you're someone who likes to tow, something with like a trailer, this bike is great for you. We love this Snapcycle Pegasus, so we do recommend it. And we'll put the Snapcycle website link down below in the description, so you can check that out for yourselves if you're interested. Again, please like and subscribe. It helps out the channel. Plus you get updated on any uploads in the future. My name is Nelson. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you later.